Yo, it's Monday. Welcome to the Monday Midsole. I'm your co-host Kev, aka Buckeye City Soul. Shoe Tang up in this joint. And without further ado, we got a great show planned for you. And I am going to go ahead and pass it to our guest co-host, Rick, aka RLamar. What's going on, man?
Man, I'm tired, but I'm here. Y'all called, I answered, so let's get it. I'm excited.
All right, you're going to go ahead and pass it off to Marcus.
What's good, fam? It's your boy Polos and Jays, aka the old clean bastard of the Shoe Tank clan. Excited to be here tonight. We got a special guest in the house, Mr. Turnpike Tony. What's good, bro?
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for having me. My name's Turnpike Tony. I am a DJ, a gamer, a sneaker enthusiast, an art collector, a foodie, and I'm here to highlight amazing culture and appreciate it with y'all, man.
That's what's up, man. We definitely appreciate you coming on, man. Last week, I just kind of was just chilling. I was having a couple sips, and then I came across the Twitch channel. I was like, yo, this energy is crazy. It's dope. I mean, it's positive. And then he interacts with everybody. And if y'all get a chance, make sure y'all go ahead and check it out. The Twitch is in the bio, as well as his website, and also our other guest hosts. You can check out Rick RLamar on his website as well. You order some dope, some dope clothing, and he's got the exclusive hat. You can't get that yet, but
you know what I'm saying?
But yeah,
something nice, something different.
Definitely dope. But yeah, man, we had to get you on the show, man. And we typically on this show we kind of start with the softball answer or question. What got you in the shoes? What shoe brought you into the fold?
Okay, so for me, sneakers actually go back before I can even remember. I brought some. I came prepared. I know y'all asked this question,
right.
so
yeah, for sure.
I have some photos, man. Me rocking the infrared sixes as a baby.
Yeah,
I have another one of myself with the maroon sixes as a kid. My older cousin and my father, rest in peace, Pops, right there at the Philadelphia Zoo back in the day. So I'm originally from Philadelphia, grew up in New Jersey, South Jersey, Philadelphia area, and those are really before my memory. My earliest memories for sneakers really tie back to third grade, starting to organize basketball, and Allen Iverson was the hometown hero, Philly hometown hero. Was my favorite athlete of all time, and him having the answer fours with his face on the bottom, like that as kids, that particular detail stuck out to us, and I remember that being a huge deal. Fast forward the following year, it really all came to a head for me where the Answer 5s came out and Reebok did a marketing campaign where Jadakiss and Allen Iverson did a commercial together. And Steve Stout was the marketing director behind that. He put it together. Trackmasters did the beat, and that connected like hip hop and sneakers and just culture for me. And it's never been the same for me after that. Like that was the moment, watching that as a kid on TV, seeing that in real time. And A5's a hot, go cop. I'm like, I'll never forget that rap. The following year, they did a remix. And then you had Nelly drop the Air Force Ones, and G Unit got a sneaker, and Reebok sneaker, and S. Carter's a year after that. So I was really heavy into the Reebok shoes, and just the fact that hip hop and sneakers collided, that those two worlds connected it all for me. And that was where I started as a youth into sneakers. So it's been a passion for me since then. And I love the way it's developed and how I'm into it now as an adult.
So it was a whole culture for you.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm hearing. So it wasn't just one specific sneaker. It was a whole culture.
The Answer 5 commercial. Yeah, the Answer 5 commercial really tipped it off. Like that was like mind blowing for me, just seeing that. Jadakiss was
the
not
zoom in, the zoom out.
The crossover, the beat with the ball, with the that Trackmasters beat, and the way that Steve Stout put that together, it transcended beyond basketball, beyond sports, beyond music. It was just everything, culture in general for me.
So do you have a pair? That's what I want.
Actually I do.
Okay.
So in 2019 they retroed, and I was visiting family. So I live here on the West Coast, but I was visiting family back on the East Coast. I was in an outlet in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and I actually copped these from the outlet. I copped the Answer 4s, right? So it's face on the bottom. This is the Kobe colorway, and this is before Kobe passed, right? Correct. So this was a Kobe PE that they made for Kobe when in between time between Reebok and Adidas and Nike. Reebok was trying to woo Kobe, so they had him playing a pair of these, and I found these in the outlet for $49.99. New Jersey, there's no tax. It was before Kobe passed, so I was like super hyped to grab these. And I was talking to the gentleman at the store, and I was telling him, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm really into Iversons. Do you guys have anything else in the back? And he said, no, we don't have anything in the back, but if you're into Iversons, you must have seen that they're going to retro the Answer 5s this year. So I was like, man, those are like that's it for me. Like, that's the shoe. I absolutely love that shoe. And he says, well, they're actually dropping early in Tokyo next week. And I looked at him, I said, just so happened to be going to Tokyo next week. And I don't think he believed me. I promise he didn't believe me. I already had like a family trip set up where, I was getting to have an opportunity to go to Tokyo. So I made it my absolute mission from the moment I heard that to find them. And I found them at Billy's Harajuku. I found them, and I found this pair.
Wow.
I brought these back from Tokyo with me. But what I didn't know that they were going to have another colorway, a Tokyo exclusive. I don't know if these ever dropped in the States, but I got both of these early.
Never seen.
The Answer 5. So these were something super special to me. So it all comes back around. But yeah, absolutely having these in the collection is definitely a must. I'm so glad that they retro, but that's kind of the shoe that really started it all for me.
Okay. So what's your favorite shoe out of all the shoes that you have? What's your number one? If you got to run out of the house with,
So I keep a pair of I have some slides and like some Element Reacts by the door if I have to go change a tire, go into the gas station, something like that. I have a pair of Element Reacts, but
I mean, if you got to save one, say you got to
save one. If I have to save one,
house is on fire. Yeah.
So those ones from Tokyo are definitely special, but I have the oldest shoes in my collection are from 2007. I have a pair of Air Forces that I got when I was in high school, 2 pairs of them that I bought with my Christmas money. It was like Christmas, the day after Christmas. I went to the Cherry Hill Mall. If you guys are familiar with New Jersey, I know malls from Jersey. Shout out to Jersey. Cherry Hill Mall, 2007. I have these Greater China Air Force Ones. And I remember spending my Christmas money on these, and I had enough to get a second pair. So I got these are the Charles Barkley 07s. I threw some different laces in them, but these two are super special to me. They just are probably like the oldest shoes in my collection. So those two, and I'll be walking out the house with a handful if it came down to the house being on fire. I'm trying to grab everything I can, man.
House is on fire.
I'm taking trips, man. I'm taking trips. Man. I'm trying to put the afro out. I'm trying to make some trips, man. So for sure.
Right. So I mean, I guess let's step back a little bit. Turnpike Tony, where'd you get the name Turnpike from? Where does that originate from?
So again, I'm from Philadelphia, New Jersey area, and I've been doing music my entire life. Since I was a kid, I've been doing music, and I've used many different names as far as making music. But I got the name Turnpike Tony. I used to go by many different names, and in one of my songs, I said I liken myself to Tony Soprano driving on the turnpike, like just just my daily cadence, getting on the turnpike, and I made a reference to Tony Soprano. Okay. And from there I actually made a song called Turnpike Tony, and I had it as my PlayStation name. So when I got into DJing, DJing was like a big turning point for me. I knew automatically, I'm using this moniker Turnpike Tony. That's absolutely, embodies everything that, from the East Coast to the West Coast, living here on the West Coast for 6+ years, being from the East Coast, that journey, I feel like it embodies that Turnpike Tony and that energy and that attitude of boss, good energy, but I hold it down. I do what I got to do for the family. So
that's what's up. That's what's up. So what's your take on the sneaker culture today? Because I know that you said you're big into culture, and I know that the sneaker culture it goes right along with the music culture too. So what's your take on the sneaker culture as well as the music culture today?
So I think in general, within all culture, I think it's in a state of where I'm encouraged, right? I'm encouraged. I know that there's more business than ever before in culture, right? In every culture, in music, in sneakers, there's more business happening than ever before. And that's something that we have to be aware of as participants of the culture. And I think that it's very important to be aware of a bunch of different factors.
Right.
I think that it's in a state of expansion, right? It's everybody is getting in, whether it's from a monetary standpoint or a participation standpoint, everybody is tapping in. And what that does is it attracts people who don't necessarily care about the culture or appreciate it in any form of fashion. They're interested in monetizing, they're interested in how can it benefit them without understanding its origins, understanding, what it took to get to this point, and what it takes to keep the culture alive. So I think when you have that, you have to have staples in the culture, people that are invested in the culture, people that are from it, of it, and care about preservation of it. And I think that there that does still exist. I think that we're seeing, like for example, sneaker culture, we see Nina Chanel Abney getting a chance to design a Jordan 2 and put a message out there that exists in the culture forever, regardless of whatever the hype is about it now and whatever the resale value on it is now. That art exists in this space forever. And that's the beauty of it. And opportunity is opening up. You have your Joe Freshgoods who are, able to use storytelling to connect different instances in the culture and create conversations. You have this happening on all different levels. You have Melody Asani's, you have your Aleli Mays. So I think that from a sneaker standpoint and just from a culture standpoint, there's good and bad. You have with the expansion of it, you have more people that are just in it for monetization and more appropriation. There's a lot more, but the beauty of it is you can see it more visibly than ever. You can see like, that's not necessarily of the culture. That's not necessarily for the culture. And I feel like as we learn and continue to grow within culture, we understand that. So, I can see it like if a celebrity wears a Jordan 4 for a photo shoot, we understand that there is a monetization behind that there is, that there is somebody telling them to do that. But
like the Super Bowl.
Correct, right? But at the same time, I saw an article about a young lady who is a weather woman or a news reporter who is a sneakerhead, and them being able to get that shine and get that, that acknowledgement for just being a person of culture, somebody who just enjoys and is passionate about what they do and how they express themselves in their everyday experience. I think that that's phenomenal as well. So I think that there's good sides, and I think that there's people that are very important, and it's people from on a bigger scale, the storytellers, the originators, the tinkers, and the designers, coming out and making sure that their stories are continuously being told. Then you have the Joe Freshgoods and the Melody Asani's from a design standpoint and a collaborative standpoint. And then you have people like us, people who appreciate culture, people who get up here to discuss it, and from an individual standpoint, from a collection standpoint, within the culture standpoint, I think that that's also important. And I think that that's one of the phenomenal sides of where we're at within this space now. So.
See, this excites me because everybody jumps on me about my term new booty, but you got a guy here who's a young guy who's passionate. He's not looking at the monetary aspect of it. He's looking at the culture, the history, the people, the art, the whole thing. I mean, because when you look at sneakers, it's just like a part of the hip hop culture and the graffiti culture and the breakdance culture. It's all a part of that. And this guy embodies all of that. And this is what I talk about when I say a new booty. When you want to see what a new booty is, it's completely opposite from what Turnpike is.
Exactly.
And this is what I appreciate in the culture. I get a bad name for that term, but when you look at somebody like this, who's excited and brings passion, this is what I like to see. This is what I like to see.
Energy.
Yes. I love it.
Like for me, I like it when somebody is immersed in the culture. Like you're going to shows, you're on talk shows, you're talking about it. You don't just work at T-Mobile, you buy shoes, you go home. You know what I'm saying? Like it's completely different. So I can definitely, give you your flowers for that. And that's what I love to see, because you don't see that often. You know, like for me, I have a clothing brand that goes with the sneakers that come out, but I don't just have a full-time job. I go to all the shows.
Right.
I'm best friends with all the people that are in the culture. So it's
Right.
not like I'm a culture vulture. I'm actually immersed in it.
Right,
And
you're
the fact
living in
that
it.
you are on different platforms, from Twitch to Instagram to Facebook to being on this show, yo, kudos, man. Big ups.
For
I
real.
appreciate it,
Definitely.
man. I appreciate it. I'm blessed to be here, man, and I'm excited. And I feel like, you know, there's so many people out there. One of the things I've been able to do in my journey, because I'm on Twitch, that's one of the places where I can play music. It's not every platform allows me to play music. So Twitch was a conscious decision to go over there, and one of the things is I interact with a lot of people who aren't necessarily of sneaker culture and of, you know, very different culture. I get a lot of gamers and a lot of people into, you know, other different niches, anime and things like that. And being able to connect them like, hey, did you know that Adidas and Bait did an Attack on Titan shoe? You would absolutely love this.
Yep.
Hey, Adidas and Bait did a One Punch Man shoe. And just understanding that no matter what you're into, there's something out there for you. Like, I don't care if you like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or
They
Rick
do
and Morty.
combos with that.
There's a million things. Like Pine Sol just dropped a shoe. I don't care what it is that you're into. There's going to be something that's going to be specifically for you. And I feel like as you know, as culture expands, that is one of the beauties of it. Being able to connect other people, you know, with that, and other niches with that. You know, gamers who didn't know that there's a gaming shoe. DJs didn't know that Clark Kent did a collaboration with Serato this year, and I think that is like one of the most phenomenal sneakers to come out this year. You know, shout out to DJ Clark Kent. But I think that like, you know, there's so much out there that we're just caged in by our algorithms and by what's popular and what's being discussed now, that we don't typically break from that mold. And I think that when we do, we discover so much more out there, so much more to be offered within different cultures and different niches and aspects. And I'm one to say I'm always learning. Like I love it and I'm passionate, but I always am learning, and I'm always, you know, learning from the ones that are doing it now, from the ones that came before me. And I feel like I'm that perfect age that I can connect those things. And that's what I love to do even in music. When I'm DJing, I'm playing Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I'm connecting it to Erykah Badu, and I'm bringing in Burna Boy. And it's like, you know, that's different generations and different, you know, ambiance, different genres that I can tie together and say, hey, you know what, you know, Little Baby used this sample that was originally used by Biggie, that was originally used by the Isley Brothers. And, you know, somebody of this generation may love that Little Baby song, but don't even know to appreciate, you know, where it came
Ronald
from.
Isley.
Like, exactly, you know, and I feel like that is a beautiful thing within these cultures and being able to connect these things. And I've had the pleasure of making this my full-time job, and I'm excited. That's I'm appreciative to be in this space, and I'm just looking forward to continuing it and taking it to the next level.
Right. And like you mentioned your Twitch, and I mean, that was just one of the coolest things that I've seen, you know, in a long time. And honestly, I've never seen a DJ on Twitch. Like I watch Twitch for pretty much Blackout. Like I like, you know, Black Ops, and I'll watch that, you know, whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, you know, I saw your tweet pop up and you said you were on. I was like, wow, you were doing trivia. And I mean, that's just one of the things, like I'm telling you, like a lot of us kind of we clamor to YouTube, but there's a lot more platforms outside of YouTube that are very useful, that are very just amazing. And his channel, make sure you guys, you know, if you have Twitch, go ahead and get it. If you don't have it, go ahead and get it.
I'm getting it. I'm gonna get it tonight.
And check them out, man, because I'm telling you, like it's just something that like I've never seen before, and it just it attaches so many different points, like he was talking about, that it's just insane. So like, what brought you to Twitch?
So really, so my background is actually in fitness. I was in the fitness industry for a
Jamaican?
long time. So my family, my family is so shout out to the West Indians, because my family is from the Caribbean. I'm from my family.
There you go.
From an island called St. Vincent, very tiny island, and it's amazing culture there. It's for years it didn't have an international airport, so the preservation of its own culture was very, very prevalent for many years. And if you go there, it's not a very touristy island, but it's a beautiful, beautiful historic island. And that's where a lot of my heritage and culture comes from. Again, I come from, that's one side of my family. The other side is generations in Philadelphia. So I come from the East Coast, and as an adult, I got into, when I first finished high school, I started an entertainment company, and I started throwing parties, and I was making music, and I've been interested in making music in a different capacities in a very long time. For a very long time, I've made beats, I've rapped, I've written lyrics, I've done poetry, I've done a lot in the music world, and I got into fitness as my career. And at 19, 20 years old, I got into the fitness world. By 21, I was managing major fitness corporations. Like, I don't even want to say the name, but I'm sure you've all frequented one of the locations,
promo.
Right?
No free promo.
Right. So, I was managing a fitness corporation. That was like my first time having to communicate culture. And that's kind of where it began for me from a professional standpoint. I started off selling gym memberships. So I had to tap into people's goals and stuff, and talk to people and find out. And, somebody wouldn't tell you, hey, I need to lose 20 pounds to fit into this dress because I want to look good for my daughter's wedding. My daughter and I have a rocky relationship. I'm not going to tell you that off the bat. What I did was I used culture to build a common ground with people. Hey, where'd you get them fresh kicks at? Or, hey, you got that Dallas Cowboys jacket on. I don't know, the price just went up for you. And messing with people and finding out how to interact with people and communicate culture was kind of the stepping stone for me to have success in the fitness world. And it benefited me from the corporate perspective, dealing with people. And that was my initial entrance into the professional world, was through fitness. And on the side, I would do music. And I had a studio, and I would make music. I would work my 9 to 5, and I would go make music. And I got an opportunity to come to California, and I moved to the West Coast. And I kind of left the music thing. I kind of made it more of a hobby. I didn't really pursue it in a professional manner, and I stayed in the fitness world. And that brought me to Cali, and I came to LA, and I started working at some of the gyms here. And I just was able to ascend in the fitness world, and that was really beneficial to kind of navigating here in LA, because it's a celebrity culture out here. It's very difficult to move out here, and I was kind of out here by myself. So I was in fitness, and I was really doing well in the fitness industry until COVID happened. And one of the things prior to COVID, I was able to tap into sneakers. After I, finally got established here and was able to be comfortable, I was able to start getting back into sneakers. And I felt here in LA that things were so accessible. I was never able to cop this many pairs before, hit on things that I would be able to, I would really go after Jordan 4s. I would be able to get 2 pairs of Jordan 1s to make my price for my Jordan 4s come down. So I was able to have that accessibility, and I started making friends within the LA sneaker community. And then COVID happened, and that changed everything for me. So at that point, the fitness industry was it shut down. And in general, I just got a really bad taste in my mouth from the fitness industry. The fitness industry, it wasn't about health and wellness during the pandemic.
It was about sales.
It was about sales, and
sales,
they were just moving nasty. And I felt like I pride myself on being able to actually help people in that industry. And when it shut down and the industry moved into a different direction, I kind of fell back from that. And what I started to do was I started to teach myself to DJ. And I had some experience from, working in the music business prior. And I just literally worked hard and taught myself to DJ. I partnered with a couple friends who do it as a profession. And I used YouTube to fill in the gaps. And I taught myself throughout the pandemic how to actually technically DJ. And that was kind of the start for me. So once that became a regular thing where I was able to really start to mix, I started to open up. I started to play for people, and I started to have a little confidence with it. And I got comfortable in my ability to do it, and my kind of unconventional approach to it. So Fast forward a year into the pandemic, I'm kind of feeling left out of the sneaker camaraderie and, you know, the copping that I got so used to doing here in LA. I wasn't able to tap in. So I found online sneaker communities. DJ Soul Agenda community welcomed me in, and that was a blessing. And they were some of my earliest supporters, came over and showed love from, you know, just from whether I was talking about shoes or playing music, and it kind of went from there. And they really came and showed love, and I developed a community of not just sneaker collectors, but gamers and fans of music and foodies and just fans of culture. And it kind of all started to come together, and I was able to tap into all these different niches. And from there, you know, I had some experience under my belt, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do this professionally. And I put together a plan, and you know, I've been doing well since then. So I'm really excited to where it's come from and where it's going. I'm really excited that it's been in a space that's been very inclusive. It's brought together a variety of different people. One of the things I did was I had a fantasy football league, 2 different fantasy football leagues. One was for gamers and one was for content creators. And one of the people who played, a young lady, was a streamer who's a streamer and a gamer, never played fantasy football before. She won the entire league. She beat me in the playoffs, won the entire league, and she got to customize a pair of sneakers as her reward. So connecting that emotional attachment to like as a trophy for this young lady, you know, that's something that she'll be able to appreciate from a culture perspective. So I think that's you know, one of the many phenomenal things that I've been able to do on the channel, and connecting cultures.
Yo, Buckeye, like my man, I feel like he's a hidden gem. Like he has so much to say because I feel like his story hasn't been told. I can see the excitement in his face, the enthusiasm behind his story. I mean, I'm connected because my family comes from Easter Island, so I feel you on the island part. I also was a personal trainer, so I feel you on that. And I mean, I had to survive COVID, and I had clients during COVID. Ain't nobody working out, you know. If you cough wrong, and I'm training you, they're like, hey man, we done, bro. It's over. Like, there's dust in my eye. They're like, I don't care about you. Coughed on me, fam. We done.
Yeah.
So yo,
and you getting charged.
Yeah, man. The full fee. Right. If you cancel right now, I'm still getting all this money.
Right.
Oh man, but yeah, that was one of the things I said. Like when I saw your stream, I texted the fellas right away. I was like, yo, we got to get him on there, didn't I? Like
you did.
I was like,
yo,
I was like, we got. When
he mentioned your name, I already knew who you were, and I'm like, yeah, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to tell you this. I mean, just from seeing you on here, as well as what I've seen you on DJ Soul Agenda and stuff like that, I have always had, and I ain't trying to be cocky, I ain't got too many talents, but I have an ability to always be able to see, just like Rick said, a hidden gem. You know what I'm saying? I saw it in One Legged Lister when he first hit me up. I saw it in Key to Your Soul. I saw it in Mrs. Jones Kicks. I see that same thing in you, man. I see a future, a big future, and we're gonna be, everybody here gonna be just like, man, I remember when he was on the Monday Midsole. I can see that in your future for real.
Blessings,
keep
man.
Man.
Blessings. I'm appreciative.
I really want people to sub up so like we can all connect, because I mean that platform is a way that we can all kind of, you know, chop it up, and I mean the chat in there. I mean, and it's, you know, there's positivity. I mean, you could learn something, and then the music vibes, and I mean it's great. Even if you're not in the games, I mean, if you're in the games, then you got that too.
I play my games.
But yeah, man, when you gonna get on the Call of Duty though, man? Come on, man.
How do y'all have this much free time to play games? I need to. Man,
I'll be at work at my front of my computer, and then I have my little remote underneath my desk playing when I'm working from home and stuff. I hope nobody from the job.
You total on yourself. This guy.
I think I'm off for the next month. I start my new thing in a month. So like I'm gonna have a lot of free time trying to get things together. I put my smoker together today, and I got it all the way together, and then I got a gap in the door, so now I got to get a hold of pit balls. I'm heated right now because it took me forever, and it's heavy too. It's 100.
Oh man,
was like 200 pounds.
That's
I gotta take that thing around.
Me
to
and
the back.
Turnpike Tony will get you right, bro. So, it ain't heavy, bro.
You come over here and fix my smoker. You know
I need some food if I'm gonna come over there.
Hey man, I got you.
Right.
It's gonna take, a smoker. It's gonna take 20 hours, but I got you.
That's okay. That's okay.
All right, so we just kind of ended off like that, and then I'll just pass it to the panel. But yeah, man, what are your future goals, man? What's your 5-year plan?
Oh man, so I'm really excited because up to this point, I've been focused on the entertainment side of things, and entertainment was my starting point. But for me, I have a much bigger vision. My passion and my goal is to create and curate culture and preserve heritage and then champion like processes that promote authenticity, right? So what I want to do is highlight amazing things that came before us and make sure that the next generation of creators have the resources that they need to continue to create. So, as we continue to age and progress in culture, that we, still have dope stuff. We still have amazing collab. We still have a lot of cool stuff to look forward to. One of the cool opportunities I had earlier this year on Air Max Day, I went to go hang out with the LA Airheads community. Shout out to them. The LA Airheads community they've been doing it for some time. And it was really encouraging to see them, like they were talking about, some of the upcoming drops. And like they had that passion and that hunt and that excitement was still there. And I was like really encouraged by that. Like, y'all have been doing this for 20 plus years and y'all are still encouraged. And that's incredible to me. So being able to highlight that and preserve that feeling and that energy. So I'm working on the next thing. I'm almost ready to roll it out. But what I'm going to do is to make sure that I am invested in the communities that I'm the communities and the spaces that I'm championing. I want to make sure that I add something to that space. I want to make sure that I have something that's beneficial to society. So that's my next step for this, is continue with the entertainment. We got music, we do gaming, I do talk, just chatting towards culture. For the Culture Fridays is my segment where I'll just have discussions deeper. I broke down what's going on with StockX, and I use my website turnpiketony.com. If you guys haven't been, please check that out. It's amazing over there. Yes, link in the description. Go check that out, turnpiketony.com. Over there, it has my schedule. It has all composes everything that I'm doing. But it's kind of the direction that I'm going, which is being able to continue entertaining, continue speaking on culture, continue to participate in culture, but also give back to that culture, and also represent and make something beneficial for those cultures that I'm invested in. So that way I'm not just speaking on this and just participating in this, but I'm actually giving something to what I'm taking from. And I feel like that's so very important. So I'm really, really excited for the next step, because that's going to be like the thing that takes this to the next level. And as far as like the entertainment side of things, I'm still getting better. I'm still getting, my mixes are getting tighter every day. My playlists are expanding. I'm learning, just different technicalities as far as the skill set of DJing goes, and broadcasting. Streaming is a brand new thing to me as well. I had to learn not just DJing, but broadcasting as well. I wanted to make it sound absolutely high quality, the best quality possible, and make sure, some of the Soul Gang remembers, some of the Soul Gang, shout out to Soul Gang and the Kick Squad, they'll remember when my audio and video didn't even match. Like my audio and video was delayed when I first started, doing music. And I was like, don't worry about it, y'all. We gonna fix it. And,
that's frustrating though. Man,
tell me about it. It had to start.
Man, you remember when I was on the Monday Midsole on the phone?
Oh yeah.
Oh, boy. They talk so bad about me, Tony. I be on there like, turn your phone to the side, and I'm like, no, never mind. You got an Android. Never mind.
I mean, but Tony, this dude has like PEs in his collection. He shouldn't have any type of internet problems or nothing like that. This dude got a dope collection of PEs.
It was just my phone. That's it. I have great internet.
He's in the bunker. That's why
Yeah,
but Tony,
you can't penetrate through the cement.
Tony, you definitely got with the right people with the LA Airheads, man. Those are my people. Kev, Bree, you were good people, man. Stay attached to them, because they can they can show you some things. So
for sure.
Yeah.
So you was dancing on beat, but we were still jamming.
Yes, shout out to Swagoo. Yes.
You can't dance on beat anyway, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Shout out to the entire Soul Squad, man. They were some of the earliest supporters, man. They came through and we're just like, yo, we like it here, man. We like the energy, and we like that you're talking about sneakers. They were, there for some of my earliest unboxings. I started to do very early on. I knew it wasn't just music. I knew, like, I got to add gaming. I got to add sneakers into this. Like, I'm not I can't just do one thing. Like, it's just culture, and that's kind of how it was introduced to me. Like I was saying, it was introduced to me as culture. So, I absolutely love being in this space, and I'm appreciative of everybody who's shown any love and support, man. And I feel like this is a milestone to be on here, man. And you guys, when it comes to preserving culture, you guys have been doing this for 5+ years. Like, you guys have been able to have difficult conversations and talk about different instances as culture has progressed, through the ups and downs of, the market and vulturing. And I'm appreciative of that. And I feel like this is one of the spaces that I can truly be appreciated or truly be understood, because you guys are doing this yourselves and in a different capacity. But, I truly look up to y'all and I appreciate y'all, man. Sure.
Thank you, man.
Oh,
thank you, man. That makes me feel a little old, but
hey, man.
Thank you. I appreciate
At least you made it. At least you made it this far.
I did. I mean, I'm not as old as Polo and Jay's over there, but yeah, you got the life beard right there.
It's the old clean bastard tonight, okay? It's not Polo.
Really?
It's the old clean bastard.
My bad.
Anybody, Rick, Marcus, you guys have any other questions before we get into
man,
what's in the box?
He touched it all, man. I mean, go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna go ahead, bro. You was on your speech.
No, I was just going, give him his flowers, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Keep rocking. I mean, DJ Soul Agenda, they got a great thing going over there. Stay connected to them. Stay connected to the people who because like Kev is one of the first people who I connected with. You know what I'm saying? And we've had, that's my brother. I mean, it's not just friends. It's not just this YouTube thing. It's my brother. And Rick, Rick came along later, but he's my brother. I've accepted him, into my fold. And those are the type of people you're gonna have people in and out of your life with this thing, but right. Stay connected to those good, solid people who've been there from day one, because those gonna always be your riders, man. Absolutely. And you with that, you just gonna continue to grow. Because I see half of them here in the chat, man, and that's
man. Shout out to everybody, man.
That's love, man. That's love for real.
Yeah, it's definitely going to continue, and then I'm going to be part of the crew. We down.
You got trivia right, so you good. You got at least an entry in the giveaway. So
yeah.
You good, man. So
we're gonna keep coming through, though, man. I mean,
yes, for
might
sure,
be a little,
drinks are welcome. We got a drink emote. So we're good. We got a bar screen. We got the bar scene. So we good.
There it is. All right, so let's go ahead and transition to what's in the box. Let me find the little thing.
I have a little question, Kev, before we move on.
Yeah.
Like the Avengers, everybody has their specialty, what it is that they do. And I'm a meat and potatoes guy. Like, I get straight to, how many sneakers you got in the collection? Like, I just gotta know. Like, I appreciate everything that you doing, but I gotta know how many you got over there in the collection. I see I'm peeking back there, trying to see what you got.
So I'm close to like $120. I'm about at $120, about 120 sneakers deep.
Okay.
I really, really love Reeboks. I really like I say Nike. Lately, the past couple years, I've been heavy on the Nikes, but traditionally, I'm Reebok. I have a lot of Iversons. More than anything, I have Iversons. I love me some Iversons. That's one of the things that I was able to there's an entire Reebok sneaker community on Instagram that only collect Reeboks, and it's it's so interesting. So me having the perspective of liking Reeboks and Iverson being my GOAT changed how I approach sneaker collecting, and I'm less about hype. I'm really about what I'm passionate about.
What you like.
So storytelling is everything for me when it comes to sneakers. Storytelling and history. So Iverson sneakers, but I recently in the last couple of years started getting the Air Maxes, and I had shout out to the Bad Influence crew. I've been getting into some Air Maxes lately. But yeah, I think most of my collection is a mixture of things. It's a variety of different brands. Recently, I started opening up, getting into New Balance. I got my first independent footwear design shoe, Mosh Runner. I showed that off on channel Chilltown the other night. So you know, I'm trying to expand, but
so you have range. You have range,
man. And I
like on the show.
That's what I like to hear.
One thing is like I am passionate about. Like I will hold a Reebok in the same light as I will a hype shoe. I have a Travis Scott Jordan 4 right here, but over there I got the Packer Iverson 4s that you might on catch me on a day. I might choose them Packer Iverson 4s over the Travis 4s. Do not have those. Do not have those.
Yeah, those are
nice.
Hold on.
I showed my only Kobe.
How much you think I got these for?
You got a steal on them.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
You got
120.
you got a steal.
Beautiful.
I don't even
that's
really
legendary
mess
right
with
there.
Iverson too much, but that's one that I would.
I want to play.
I got those.
I have those.
Even I have those.
I got those. I got those.
Excuse me.
Everybody ain't got these.
Now I was mad.
There.
The yellow ones, I was mad because those got botted, and I'm like traditionally used to like being able to cop Iversons no problem.
Right.
Yeah.
And when those got botted, man, I was so upset.
Yeah, me too.
I was not a happy.
So only me and Kev have them, or me?
Oh no, we got them.
I have them.
I mean, they dropped several times after that.
Yeah, I got
that first night.
The trick to Reebok is if you're up at 12 o'clock, you can get them. But if you wait, you can put them in your car. You sit there for about 10 minutes. It's a wrap.
So it's kind of like the old East Bay where you call them up. You're like, I was just trying to see if
it's
you
just
had
like back in the
race. And you're like, oh, look at that. Look at the time. It's time to buy some shoes. Well, I got you on the phone. Can you check on?
Right.
Put some Jordans in there. All right. Back.
Hey, bro, Polo, you remember that song? Welcome to East Bay. To place an order, check on inventory. That's one.
They got tired of me calling,
bro. I was checking on all. I was looking at a magazine from your summer collection, and I seen y'all had
It's midnight. Give me them Concords.
Cherry 12s for $79.99.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and let's get in what's in the box. If you got new pickups, go ahead and pick them up.
Damn, y'all didn't tell me about that part. Hold on.
What's in the box? Sponsored by Unbox app. Make sure if you have Blue Bubbles, you go ahead and download that in the app store. But yeah, this is where we talk about the shoes.
Time out. We got late breaking news. Who just put that in the chat? The Travis Scotts are on the Travis site right now. The Travis Scott lows are on the Travis site right now.
Oh, all
right. Well,
and we out.
Well, this is where we talk about the last shoes that we picked up in the past week, as well as the chat. Go ahead and toss your shoes in there, and we're not going to get into what's coming out this week, because we're going to get into some topics. But if you guys are away from the Travis Scott thing, go ahead and let's start with Marcus, since he's the one that dropped the breaking news.
They ain't dropped yet, but they're about to.
They've been on the password for 2 days.
Oh, have it?
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't been keeping up with stuff. All right. I only got one pair, man. Came in just before the show.
Those are hard.
The Joe Fresh goods. I had to get them. I got the other pair, man. And I said, I had to get these. Everywhere I went with that first pair, man, people was just like, those shoes are dope. So I was like, let me go ahead and get both. So, yes, sir.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
That was solid right there. That's a nice. I seen the little fit you put together too.
Oh man, I got some killer fits coming for them. Killer fits.
Mm-hmm. You want to get your little AKA shirt? Let's go, Tony, man. Tony, let's you will show some pickups.
Yeah. So my latest pickup is the Air Max 1 Unlocked by You.
Yeah, those are fire.
These came in. So these are the
TPTs,
the Turnpike Tony. So I got mine. I ordered these from the first drop, and it took forever to come in. I got a delayed email, and I was watching everybody else unbox theirs. But good things come to those who wait. These are the TPT AM ones, so I'm happy to have these in hand. Last year, also have the the red laces as the alternate. So last year, I was fortunate enough to hit on the N7 dunks, and I was able to customize those. So I actually have those on foot today. I'll show y'all. So I made these last year, these N7. So I made these as like the counterpart. So these are the N7 dunks. They actually say Hype John, which is one of my Twitch emotes on one shoe, and then on the other shoe, I'll show y'all. On the other shoe, it actually says Turnpike Tony. So these are the Turnpike Tony N7 Hype John. Shout out to Money Fresh. This shirt that goes along with it. Shout out to Money Fresh, the 1 of 1 shirt to go with it. So the story behind these, Lauren Shad, the U.S. women's volleyball player, she got an N7 collection. She's part of the indigenous community, and she got a dunk. Well, she got an entire N7 collection, and you could customize one of the dunks. So I went in there and quickly customized this. I changed like 15 different things that she had on there. She had like a black leather shoe, and I changed like 15 different things. And the only thing I left was this embroidery around the stitching, which represents the the Native American medicine wheel. It represents each color, the white, yellow, red, and black represents mental health, spiritual health, emotional health, and physical health. So I left that like that. And then Money Fresh, he killed this t-shirt where he used the medicine wheel as and kind of represented it. So that's super cool. So that's kind of the original inspiration behind these. And I wanted to kind of make a counterpart. So because I went red heavy on those, I went with a blue on this one, and it says Turnpike Tony on the front. So I went with TPT on the back. So that's one of my pickups.
That's nice right there.
The other one I showed recently, this was at like the beginning of summer. I kind of slowed down a little bit, but at the beginning of summer, I grabbed these K-Swiss. This is something different. These are the K-Swiss Bricks and Wood. Shout out to Bricks and Wood. Shout out to Casey Lynch and Bricks and Wood. That is a black-owned business, black-owned streetwear company out of Los Angeles. They did a collaboration with K-Swiss, and last year, y'all may be familiar with the New Balance collab that they did, the Bricks and Wood. But I had to grab these. They did a little pop-up, and Casey Lynch hosted a pop-up at the Flower District in downtown LA, and I was able to grab these. These are really cool. It's got the bricks and wood, and on the insole, on the inside, it says "Enough is enough." Yeah. So what's really cool is these tell like a really cool message. It's about ending black-on-black violence. Enough is enough, and ending violence. You know, in our own communities. So classic K-Swiss. So something different. Those are my my two pickups though.
Yo, Kev, I'm not following that up, Kev. You gotta go next, bro. I can't.
All right. Well, I mean, I got the Nike Basics.
He said Nike. That's the shoe of the year. Shoe of the year.
They keep dropping. I think they're dropping again tomorrow too.
Yeah, they are.
God.
But,
I got a joke, man. Every time I leave the house, I see them within 5 minutes. If I leave the house, I see them within 5 minutes.
They won't
I was at the airport. I was at the airport in Atlanta. So imagine how many pair of Panda Dunks I saw.
Oh man,
it was this Panda. I felt like I was. What was that dude's name to sing that song?
Designer.
Yeah. Panda. It's all over the place.
And I caught these. AirTech Challenge. This is a reach back. I mean, I think I got them for like $60-$70. But I was watching Chill and DeCarlo and Hop and BAA and Tony, you were on that one too. They were talking about trainers, and I like red shoes, and I was like, yo, I gotta go back and get these. I had forgotten all about these, so I copped these. These for the low.
We said one shoe, bro. You over here just bringing.
Well, I'm gonna roll through. Bro. I'm gonna roll through.
Yeah.
This is my second Nike ID. I had showed the red ones last week, and these ones came in the meantime.
Ravens colors.
I had to go Ravens. It's got BKY on the one side, CTY on the other, Buckeye City. But yeah, I actually made these so I can wear them with the red pair, because when I put them with the other red shoe, the shoe actually matches perfectly. The only thing different is the color, where the color is. So I made both of those. And the last one,
you got another one. God, you got all types of money.
The purple threes. When I see the purple shoes, I got a cop. Football season right around the corner. Hopefully they pay pay Lamar. So
who he gonna throw it to? He ain't throwing it to nobody.
He throw to Andrews. We'll be good.
That is on live, so y'all can't.
Yeah, so that's those are my pickups. I'm waiting on the Concord 5s. I'm gonna pick those up too.
Come around.
But past that and the Fire Red 3s, I think I'm gonna be able to chill.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hey.
My kids want to say hi. They just got out the bath. Okay, go upstairs and get your clothes on. That'll be up in a little bit. Okay?
Yeah, my daughter came. She telling. She telling.
Go upstairs, Rick. I know. Daddy will be up there, son. I love you.
She said, "I'm telling."
Well, I guess I'll pull out my little Rudy Poots.
No, you probably got some.
And real quick, let me say this: Chilltown. If you want to do a show on people with PEs, hit this guy up, Chilltown. If you want to do a showcase,
sure.
This you know what I'm saying? This a little Jordan PE 5.
This guy.
No, but I mean, you pulled out like 6 pair, fam. So I don't want to hear that.
Okay, but you pulled out a pair that's cost more than all of our pairs.
Exactly.
Right. I wasn't ready.
Yeah, this right here, man. This was a must-have. I let a lot of things go. You remember when I did that battle, and I was telling y'all that I got the ones, and I traded like 10 pair of shoes. Well, this time I actually had to sell some heat. Like I sold for these right here. I sold Travis Scott Fragment Highs, Trophy Room ones, Travis Scott Mocha ones,
jeez,
Band ones, and Chicago's.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
But I mean, when you think about it,
that's
grand scheme,
that's your lane though.
Yeah, one of 18 or one of a whole bunch. So I was like, and now the only one I'm missing is the 6. So I got the 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and the 5s. And I just need the 6.
Chill. It's RLamar, just like his. Well, it changed. What's your IG now?
It's RLamar Clothing 2.
Yeah, it's in the bio too. I put it in there.
Mm-hmm.
I was on it earlier today. I was kind of focused. I was trying to get things done.
I
got the smoker done. I came down here. I did that, and I was like, man, I didn't have enough time between Sam's Club. I was gonna put my cameras up because it had Prime Day. I bought a couple outside cameras so I can see what's happening outside. We got raccoons and stuff, and we got dogs, and I ain't trying to have to go out there and get rabies trying to save one of my dogs. You know what I'm saying? So,
Kev, you're a real life adult, bro. I bet you got all your bills. You got all your bills on auto pay, huh?
Hey, you gotta talk to my wife. she got PayPal. Send her to PayPal, and then she takes care of it.
That's when you know you're officially an adult, when all your bills are on auto pay. You like,
you're officially an adult when you get excited for the Amazon man.
Look, listen.
Got myself a little wood pellet holder. Like that was a highlight of my day.
I had to have a talk with the Amazon man. I said, hey, bro, don't ring my doorbell. I got a ring doorbell. Just show up. Just wave your hand in front of the camera. I'm gonna see you, bro. Don't ring the door.
Yeah, we put a sign up because I don't.
You mess up nap time, bro. We finna box, bro.
Kev got packages coming every day, so I'm sure you got to put a sign up.
Yeah, there's a sign. There's a sign up, so they just drop it off. And I mean, we got the ring, and typically as soon as they drop it off, we take it. We don't live in the area where there's a lot of traffic. So it's got to be somebody that really is looking to steal some stuff
on the door.
Come down. Like we live in the cul-de-sac. You can come on down if you want to, but and I see them before they even get to the door. People trying to sell whatever nonsense they got. Like, oh yeah, we got a security system. Like, well,
we're not buying.
Why need a security system? Didn't you see that I saw that you already came to my door?
Yeah, they walk up, you're ready to hit the door. We're not interested. We don't want anything.
I try not to be rude though, man, because I mean I'm in sales and it's disheartening. Sometimes they mess your whole day up when you go to the wrong person and they try to treat you a certain way. It's like, man, you know what? I say F this job and we can scrap right now. That's how I am though, man. Like I like But you know, I try.
Yeah, Kev got a quick temper, boy. You be with him, you have to always be prepared to fight because you never know.
I'm glad you told me that. I didn't go out with him last time I was up there in Ohio. I know not to go out with him now.
I mean, you know, I'm chill. It's chill as long as everything's chill.
As long as people don't look at you crazy.
No, it ain't even that.
If somebody look at you crazy, you look like you ready to go.
It ain't even that. It ain't even that. It's just, you know, sometimes things get disrespectful. I try to stay out of the way, you know, and then, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm trying to. I try to stay away from folks. That's
just always be prepared to throw hands when you can with Kev. Just always know it might happen. So
I'm with it.
I try not to put anybody in any bad situations. People walking around here loaded, so you know I can't get as wild as I once have.
That's why I retired from being a bouncer. I'm like, no,
everybody's carrying now.
I don't have to whoop a dude up on Saturday, and I go to brunch. I see the same dude, and he. Like, bro, that was just my job. I'm a patron now. I'm just out here trying to get some waffles, bro. I'm out of my business. He got a 6-shooter. Yeah, you know.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and let's get in.
My son has something to show y'all.
All right, what you got?
He's showing his Jordan.
Okay.
Jersey.
Oh man, see,
got the champion Jordan.
Yeah,
man, those bring back memories, bro. Like I remember that was the first jersey that I had, and then I remember when I got the white one. Because the white one didn't come out with the red one. The white one, I mean, I remember I was at JCPenney, and the white one's like a little bit tighter than I normally like, but I was like, I'm getting this. You know, but back in the day, you used to wear jerseys about 3-4 times too big anyway. So,
well, see, I made his day. My wife found this at a consignment, and he didn't know that I had one. So he woke up and put his on, and then I put mine on, and he was like, yo, you got a matching one? And
that's
then next
awesome.
you know, we went out and had lunch, and he's like, yo, look at our jerseys. He had the best day ever, man. So
that's awesome,
he won't take this damn thing off, man. Every day, I'm like, hey, man, come on. You know when this gets some funk on it, it stay in there. It ain't
oh, yeah. And then the numbers start peeling off. When you put them in the dryer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get him a LeBron one.
Wow. No LeBron. You like LeBron, son?
Mm-hmm. No, there you go.
He lying.
Ball don't lie.
He half sleep. Look at his face. He half sleep.
Oh man. All right, so let me see here. Did I miss anybody? Did anybody post what you guys got? And as we move into the first topic, we'll go ahead and we'll pop them up on the screen. If you have any pickups that you want to shout out, go ahead and shout them out. But let's get into the first topic. The one I have here is Hoochie Daddy shorts. I mean, what are our thoughts on Hoochie Daddy shorts? Are we giving?
Let's ask the young man.
Yeah, all right. Tony.
Yeah. Tony looked like he got a few pairs.
Not really. So
I got some on right now.
No, I'm from the ball shorts era, man. I'm from the basketball shorts era. So right. I like, you know, comfortable. Allen Iverson was my guy, so I like oversized. But now I'm, you know, I wear things that fit. So I have like a couple of I like this brand called Muji. And they're a Japanese-based brand. I like that they have some shorts. I don't know if I would consider them Hoochie Daddy shorts, but I definitely can't do the cutoff jeans. Like that's never been my energy. Like not the cutoff shorts. I can't do those. But I prefer knee. You know what I mean? Touching that knee, I prefer that. But I'm not. Listen, I ain't here to knock nobody's style. Whatever's comfortable, right? Whatever's comfortable. I'm not uncomfortable by anybody wearing whatever they want to wear. But I think that for me, like knee length is like right around that knee is most comfortable.
I'm in agreement with that. I mean,
I like to get maybe a little bit advice on.
Maybe a little bit above, but not like back in the day. Like, I mean, it's funny. You know, what's funny is that like you see people like my age, maybe a little bit older. You know, like between me and Marcus. And they'll talk about like, man, these kids out here wearing these, you know, Daisy Dukes back in my day. We ain't wear nothing like that. Well, your dad did.
I can find some picture of my pops wearing some.
He had a crop top on and some.
And they wore a polo too. That's what they did. They wore a polo with the Hoochie Daddy shorts with some white socks.
In the
some white socks. Yep.
And some white shoes. Nobody
and
knows
some
what
white
white
Adidas.
shoes was. They was
some white Adidas.
They out here doing numbers right now, though. So it's the wave. It's they doing numbers.
Yeah, I think that I mean, to each their own, man. I'm not upset. I mean, if I see you walking around some Daisy Dukes, I'm a snicker. I might, say a joke if somebody's close, but outside of that, I mean, just wear what you like.
Yeah, James F. They just like back in the Stockton days, and them little bitty shorts. I don't see how you ain't seen it on Instagram because people rocking them.
Oh yeah, you definitely. I mean, and like you'll see the new hoopers. I mean, their shorts they creeping up.
They started it.
I remember back in the day, like when we started getting towards the longer shorts. I mean, when Fab Five came out. Like those are the ones that, I mean, Jordan actually started longer shorts, but Fab Five was the one that they really took off. And I remember 7th grade, they had these shorts that they tried to give us that had the belt built into it. I'm like, yo, I'm not wearing these. Like these Bob Cousy shorts, and it was polyester. And I was like, yeah, I'm not wearing these. I went and bought my own shorts, and then everybody else started doing it. So that was the end of them, them Daisy Dukes. But I remember
rocking up Stocktons.
Yeah. Them John Starks.
John Starks.
And do it.
Yeah, so yeah.
Well, I would say like my take on it. I know Tony can probably appreciate this. I actually do legs, so I don't have a problem with Hoochie Daddy shorts. Son, if you want to show them your pickups, yes, you can. Me myself, I don't have any. If I was blessed with a pair from wifey, I would rock them. I'd be comfortable with it because I do legs, but I ain't purposely gonna go spend money on some stuff that's a fad right now. If that makes sense.
Sir, I have the sexiest legs on Instagram. Okay, and I'm still not gonna do no Hoochie Daddy.
You want to show him that? Okay,
don't do it.
You want to bring it over here? Okay, my son wants to show you what he just picked up.
He said, Luke, you silly man.
Show the other side, son.
What's that? The mochas?
Show the other side, son.
Oh. See, we flexing.
Yeah,
that's how you feel, son. Show
rumble, young man, rumble.
Yeah, he got better heat than I got.
Sheesh.
Right.
You adopting?
You know what I'm saying? He's actually almost grown out of all of his shoes, man. We probably have 100 pair of shoes for him. He's 2 and he's already in a 10C. So
yeah, I'll buy Cameron some nice shoes, and she rather wear light up sparkle shoes. So
that's how my kid was.
Right in the trash. So I got boxes of DS good stuff that and I just said I ain't gonna buy them no more. If you want to wear those and wear fake Crocs, and go ahead and wear what you got to go. But well, yeah, let's go. Let's move on to the next one. Anybody else got anything else to say about Hoochie Daddies? No.
Titanic feet. I think John Stockton had the shortest shorts in NBA history.
Yes.
Yeah. John Stockton. Bob
and he continued to wear them as shorts got long. That's the thing about it,
Okay, you can come stand right here.
Yeah.
He continued to rock them.
I mean, Wilt Chamberlain has some pretty short ones. Bill Russell has some short ones.
I just worried about the meat falling out.
Right. Yeah.
You said, hey, back in the day, you out there playing, and then the black box pop up.
Why they got the black box on his shorts?
Yeah, like what is that? What's going on?
Something he gets shot? What's going on with this? I'm not understanding.
But hold on a second. Let me make sure that everything's cool. All right. I don't know. Something popped up on my computer. All right, let's move on to the next one. The next question, topic is the top 5 sneaker brands. What are the top 5 sneaker brands for today, and who's left off?
Now, question: are we including Nike and Jordan separately, or
let's put them?
That's separate.
Let's separate.
Separate. Okay.
Because that makes it even tougher. So I'm gonna let you go first, Tony. I mean, you want to take some time to think about it?
No, I think Nike probably would be number 1 for me. Nike would be number 1. I think Jordan brand right now too, with the retros and just like the connection to culture that they have, the collaborations that they're doing. I say Jordan brand number 2. and I would probably put New Balance at 3. I think New Balance is doing a phenomenal job of welcoming new interest, piquing new interest, and I feel like that's something that some of these other, like, I personally would love to say Reebok up there, but I don't think that Reebok is, they're barely hanging on to their current existing market.
Yeah, they're running problems.
As opposed to New Balance is doing the exact opposite. New Balance is actually where a few years ago, like in 2018, I would have thought Under Armour would be where New Balance is today. And New Balance has figured out, with marketing, with collaboration, with, piquing interest, I feel like they've done they've done a phenomenal job of just bringing attention to their brand. The people that they choose, the Joe Fresh Goods, the Bricks and Woods, the Teddy Santis, the different collaborations, the Kiths, the collaborations that they're doing. I think New Balance, and even with their basketball, Kawhi, and just their
getting better.
Unconventional approach. Yeah, it's a very unconventional approach to what they're doing with Kawhi. They're kind of like, here, Kawhi, you're weirdo, you do your thing, you know what I mean? And I think that's all speaks to where they're at, and I feel like they've taken over Adidas to me in that third spot.
Okay.
And I will put probably Adidas and then Reebok to finish it out for the top 5.
Okay.
Wow. That's a solid list there, Tony.
It is solid. Rick, what about you? Where you got it?
Well, I'm gonna go Jordan brand first. Nike coming right behind them. And this is where things get a little tricky, because just like Tony said, I thought that Under Armour was going to be right there because they had took over like NCAA schools and all types of stuff. And it's like they just got swept underneath the rug. So I would say at number 3, bro, I would say Puma, because Puma's been, when they signed LaMelo Ball, like I see people going crazy for Pumas. I'm like,
RSX. Pumas?
What? You couldn't give me a pair of Pumas back in the day. But now, you know what I'm saying, with the Rick and Mortys and, the space, whatever they was talking. Yeah. So I would say, hey, son, that's an expensive shoe. Okay, you're going to have to leave that one alone. You're going to leave that one alone.
Hey, like, wait a minute.
Don't touch
it. It's blue. I'm going to dip it in the toilet. The toilet is blue.
That's expensive right there.
He's going to turn off the camera in a minute and turn off.
Hey, audio's going to be off and everything. I would say Puma would be number 3. Number 4, I'll probably have to go Adidas. And then number 5, I would say, like Tony said, New Balance. New Balance has been making some noise. Okay. So you got to stop bringing all these shoes over here. Daddy's trying to work.
Marcus, what you?
For me, and it's probably gonna surprise everybody with my number 1, but I got to go Nike because I've pulled away from Jordan brand a little bit, over the last couple of years, and I've been buying more like Air Max and SBs and stuff like that. So it's gonna be Nike for me, Jordan brand. And then New Balance.
Yes. Go upstairs.
Then probably for me, Saucony. And then Adidas.
Okay. All right. For me, Nike and Jordan. I'm gonna go with Nike just because of the 90s basketball. And then the fact that right now I've kind of been, laying off on Jordans. Probably a couple years ago, every week I was copping Jordans. Now it's just like I'm being a lot more selective, but with when the 90s, the Air Tech Challenge or Trainer SC or whatever comes out, I'm like, oh yeah, we gotta get those, because you never know when those are gonna come back. You can kind of tell that the Jordans are gonna come back. So I go Nike first, Jordan 1. I'm still gonna put Adidas at 3 just because Yeezy still is selling out shoes. Like the shoes that I get excited for, like the 700s, Wave Runner, and the different colors that are coming out are sick. I don't really mess with the 350s as much anymore because there's only so many 350s that you can have. They're the same shoe. And they look, very similar. You got a butter color, you got a static, you got the white,
right. And they all run together. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's just like, you really don't need to expand past that. But I say if you extract the Yeezy away from Adidas, they could be a lot further down the list for me.
Come here.
And then next, I'm gonna go with New
Balance.
Sir,
walk around.
Hit mute, sir. Rick, hit mute, please, sir.
I got you. You can The next one I'm gonna go with New Balance, just because of the quality of the products that they're coming out with, and what I'm hearing from the comfort from, what was it, the 9060? Is that what it is? The Joe Fresh Goods. It's a 9060.
I don't know what this number is. I
think it's a 9060.
Yeah, 9060, I believe so.
Is that what it is?
But I mean, there's so many other models that, I mean, they kind of look somewhat similar, but you could just see the quality in them, and it makes you want to go out and buy them. And the basketball shoes are getting a lot better, and so I would go with New Balance at the 4 position, and then number 5, I'm actually going to take Puma as well, just because of what they're doing with LaMelo. LaMelo is one of the most, most entertaining basketball players to watch. You get there and you watch a LaMelo game. I mean, I'm telling you, the boy can play. Yeah. And it's exciting to watch him, and it's exciting to see where he came from. He's a freshman shooting half-court shots, just blazing on folks. And for him to be, I was like, he's gonna be the best brother. Mm-hmm. And he's definitely done it, man. And I'm not a huge fan of the actual Melo 1 shoe, but I'm a fan of the marketing that went behind it and the buzz that is getting around it. And then also, I love RSX. And any model that kind of is similar to that from Puma, I think is great. But I think that the ones that I'm leaving off, I'm leaving off Asics, I'm leaving off Saucony, but they're close because they're all coming out. I mean, they're kind of similar to New Balance, but they don't have the basketball presence. I mean, it's pretty much they're siloed into runners. For me, is what I would go into. But New Balance, I would probably at some point rock Kawhi if the colorway was right. So I mean, who else you guys figure might be left off? I mean, I'm leaving Reebok off too. They got a long way to go. They used to be number 2.
Right.
Yeah, and that's crazy how much it's changed. But you got to also look at Reebok has jumped from, they're not even owned by the same people anymore, and It's kind of like they've put it to a point where they don't really care about what they're putting out there, and that's sad because that's outside of Jordans. When I grew up, it was always Iversons. That was my favorite shoe. Yeah, and to see where it's going now, it's sad.
I mean, but outside of Reebok, outside of Iverson, they really don't push anything. They don't push the Sean Kemps. They don't put. I mean, we're leaving off Fila. You know what I'm saying? Fila used to have Stackhouse and. All those big name guys
right here. Yeah,
I think Reebok is right now searching for a new identity. They were part of Adidas for a while, and that was terrible. I did not like that because I felt like Adidas was stepchilding them.
They got little brother.
They got little bro, and I didn't like that. As a fan of Reebok, one thing I will say is that they have identified that their Iversons and some of their retros are their bread and butter. So they have done a good job of like, all right, what can we retro? What anniversaries can buy? All right, last year was the 20-year anniversary of the 2001 finals for Allen Iverson. So I think they did a good job of launching that, launching they retroed the step over and had like a pretty cool campaign behind that. But I just think in general, they're now owned by that ABC group. I feel like hopefully they can find their identity with that. But one of the things that they have is they have classic shoes from the 90s that they can just, they can always give a new colorway of. But then they, sometimes it seems forced, like that Candyland colorway.
The Packer joints?
The Packer, I actually like those. I like those because
I like them, but I felt like they were forced. Like nobody asked for that, and they were just like, "Here, take this." And you're like, "Well, I mean,
I do like those because of the homage to the Prada shoe from that era. They championed like this was a basketball sneaker from that era, so we modeled it after a high-end sneaker from that era. Mm-hmm. So I do like that connection and that storytelling. But things like it's Halloween time, let's just make a Halloween Iverson. Let's make a Candyland Iverson. Like where did that come from? Like, why is this story being told? Right. And I feel like there needs to be a further connection with some of those colorways and some of those things. But then it's really awesome to see like the 2000, the All-Star colorway get retroed. So like, I like stuff like that, and I think that they're trying to find their balance. And I'm somebody who I'm passionate about my Reeboks, man. And I like Club C's, and I have other one of the shoes I showed on Channel Chilltown was Reebok BB 4600. And that's like a shoe that like I can't even find it. Like I can't find it anywhere, you know, I can't find it. So I would love for them to like really tap into like the community. There's a existing Reebok community. Tap into what they're looking to get, what they're interested in, and I feel like Reebok can have a nice little resurgence. But yeah, I would have them as 5 or lower at this point. You know, where
they have to. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I honestly think that where they're missing the boat on is on their rollouts. They don't have the classic colorways. What they're doing is they're putting out a bunch of the classic shoes with different colorways that nobody has any attachment towards. You got the Omni 2 that came out with the Celtics green on it. That's cool and everything, but if you like, I wanted the D Browns. I tried to get the D Browns, sold out. Okay, well, what's available is from 10 on down. So Reebok, I mean, basketball players usually have bigger feet. Why are all the 10 and up? Why are they not around? Why do you have a Shaq that stops at size 13 or 12? Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. And like, why not come out with the Shaq ones? You want to put out Shaq Gnosis till you know, forever, but then like put the Shaq Attacks out in the black and put the white pair out.
I think
they just don't do it.
I think what they need is to follow that New Balance formula. What New Balance has been doing these last few years, collabing with different designers in the community. Your story doesn't necessarily have to be about Iverson or Kemp or Shaq. Make your stories, you know, like what Joe Freshgood is doing, what Saleh Bembury is doing. Go out and find designers that we haven't heard of and tap into their stories and let them tell a story about why they love the Reebok question and throw in, you know, their way of looking at the shoe, you know, and that would help them. The New Balance has did it the way it's supposed to be done, the way we've been asking for. They're telling stories on a shoe, and that's what makes me appreciate what they're releasing. And if everybody would follow that formula, Reebok would do so well if they follow. If you give people, here's your Iverson, tell a story and create what you can create with it, man, it would take off. It would take off.
I agree.
Leak just said that Kev, the Philly Questions be dope with that jersey, but they don't have size 12.
Yeah.
So you know, like it's a missed opportunity. And I mean, you know, I remember when they used to have Reebok had basically their version of a dope man. We used to call, you know, you used to call Cortez dope mans, but Reebok had a pair too, and they could do a lot with that. I think did Kendrick Lamar, was there a Reebok that he did that had a red and the blue?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I just know he did Nike. I remember
them S. Carters that was written.
No, nobody.
I had those.
I remember the G.
I had to bring those up earlier because that was important.
I love the S. Carters.
One of the shoes that's a grail to me, and I don't use that word lightly at all. Like these shoes are a grail to me. Is the Reebok i3 Pressures. They were Reebok's version of the Air Force. They had a mid and a low version of them, and I
remember those.
They had a cease and desist, so Nike shut that down quickly, and they weren't able to sell those. But I actually have a picture of me wearing those as a kid, and for a long time, I was like, because of Iverson, because living in Philly area, like I was Reebok. I didn't have any Nikes until I got Air Forces going into high school. So that entire middle school era of me getting shoes, like I was into the G Unit Reeboks. I was into the S. Carters, but I also had a pair of the i3 Pressures, and that shoe was like everything to me because it was an Air Force that was in that Air Force era. You know, Nelly had just dropped that song, and you know, I was able to represent my favorite athlete, Allen Iverson, but still feel like I was part of that Air Force era. That shoe is, I'm still like, I search eBay weekly for that. And to find a DS pair nowadays, it's like, it's impossible because they're cease and desist. But that's a shoe that not too many people are savvy on. But like, I love that shoe. If I could find that to this day, I would rock those like it was up tempos, man.
Hey, and the one thing I remember about those is that they had that strap. And it was cool if you had it strapped, but if you let that bitch hang, it was flopping around,
flying all over. Yep.
Hey, yo,
man, not to change the subject, but I just had the craziest idea. Kev, think about Turnpike Tony, Maserati Leak, and Key doing a show.
That'd be fire.
Crazy.
I'm here for it.
Crazy.
Shout out to Maserati. Shout out to Key. Much love to both of y'all. Man,
crazy.
I'm
You
here
put
for
these three young people who like embrace this culture and this knowledge that they have.
That would be
My
fire.
God.
That would be fire.
Tony, Key, I know you're watching because we've been texting. Y'all work on that. Y'all put
Absolutely.
y'all
I'm here
Key,
for it.
Maz, Tony, y'all put that together, man. Because I'm telling you.
I was watching y'all episode last week, and big salute to Key, man. I think that's amazing. Y'all are phenomenal in getting the right people up here, man. And I feel like I'm blessed to be up here and to share my passion and my energy, not just what I got going on, but to tap into this culture with y'all, man. This is a blessing. So I'm here for it, man. Shout out to Key.
I watch a lot of shows with a lot of young people. A lot of it is fabrication, is not authentic. And I don't want to say names because people do what they do, but you three people are folks who I look at and I admire for what y'all do, and I appreciate what y'all do. The three of y'all together could make something that we ain't seen before.
And then the energy.
Yes, the energy, the passion, the knowledge, the history, all of that together, man.
Yeah, that would be fire. That would be fire for sure. I got this question from BZ with the Air Max. It says, question for the panel. What sneaker company or independent designer would you want to work with to design your own sneaker?
Shout out to my guy BZ.
BZ,
I'm gonna go with Tony first on this one.
So I recently just got I showed this off on channel Chilltown, was the Mosh Staple Pigeon Runner collab. Mosh is an individual who comes from the sneaker customizing wave. Yep. And I think that what he's doing over there is phenomenal. Actually, so what's really cool was I got a chance to chop it up with him at Complex Con. So I actually went to Complex Con with getting those in mind. And I went and made my pre-order, and he wasn't at the booth when I made my pre-order. I went outside. I went to go get some lunch, and I saw him walking by, and I was like, "Yo, Mosh!" I called him. He was like, "Hey, what's up?" I was like, "Yo, I just ordered a shoe." And he was like, "Oh man, I'm about to eat lunch. Do you mind if I come eat with you?" And I was like, "Cool, man." And we came and chopped it up. And I know that he's a Minnesota Vikings fan, so our conversation transcended culture. And I saw, I started talking to him about some of the shoes that he's done for Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis and some of the other athletes that he's worked with. And we just began to talk about football, and we just had to, just went from there. And I was able to connect with that gentleman and was like, wow, like this person is truly of the culture. So if I had to choose one, I like what a lot of the black footwear designers are doing, and I would love to give them, shout out to Cool Kai and a bunch of other of the black footwear designers. But I think that right now, I think Mosh would be the gentleman that I would choose to do my design through, and I would definitely do he does what he specializes in is doing collabs based on somewhere on the map. So I would definitely have some kind of Philly to LA. Some kind of theme going on with that, and I feel like that would be something I could connect with him and bring some sports into it. Bring my Eagles into it. Bring some kind of rivalry into it. So I think that would be the direction I went.
That would be dope. Marcus, man, what about you?
I mean, to make my ultimate shoe would be a Jordan 3, but right. I'm gonna go different because to give New Balance their props, what they're allowing these black designers to do is monumental. They're allowing them to create. I mean, this is a whole new silhouette.
Yeah, it's the best one.
Right. And nobody is giving the first shoe is yours, Joe Freshgood. This is gonna be the first one made of this silhouette. Do what you want to do with it. So I would take New Balance as the company. And I'm a designer myself. At first I was going to say maybe I would have Dank to come in and help me because Dank is really my favorite customizer. I mean, I like Mosh. I love what he does, but Dank is like that dude. He takes a shoe from nothing and makes it into a piece of art. But, I mean, I'm a creative genius my damn self.
Right.
So give me my own silhouette and leave me in a room with every material I can think of, and I'm there.
So let me ask this: do you think there's somebody at the New Balance board that's just like on board with this? That's just like they're just more understanding than the people in the other boardrooms. Like, what is it about New Balance that has made them like? There's just somebody there that just gets it, or what is it that's making them make these decisions?
I think they had to.
Okay.
Because they had some flack, well, maybe a couple years ago, with incorporating, us.
Right.
So I mean, and what were they the ones that had the shoe that was all white? It was black. It was the Black History Month. Was it them or Under Armour?
I think it was Under Armour.
Maybe it's Under Armour, but like I know that they had something similar and something to do with the president. Well, the previous president.
Yeah, it was some Republican type stuff.
Yeah, he was they donate the president donated money or something and it became public. But it is what it is, man. I mean, we change our mind like draws. So, it's easy to get back, when they're given
I
opportunities.
think the big thing is that they did that nobody else does is they listened. They listen to what the consumer wants.
Seems like it, right?
Right. That's the vibe I get. And I can't speak that exactly. I would love to talk to Joe. I would love to talk to Salehi and pick their mind and find out how did that come about. Right. But I think they realize we're missing out on something, and they just open it up to two creative minds and said, "Hey, do your thing." And I really think that's probably in the last 5 years. I think that's the smartest decision I've seen any sneaker company make.
Yeah, and the business shows. The business definitely shows.
I mean, for me, who I would pick, obviously Jordan 4 is my favorite silhouette, but if we're gonna step out of that, I'm gonna go with Ronnie Five, whatever, and I'm gonna do a Air Force Max with and change it up, kind of similar to what he did with the Maestro. I think that with dope materials would be fire, and it's 90s basketball. This shoe became popular. I mean, Barkley wore it, but the Fab Five. I mean, and I'm a Buckeye, but the Fab Five, my favorite college basketball team of all time. I mean, not just for the style, but just the way that they played.
They changed basketball. Period.
Exactly. I mean, absolutely. like I was walking around with a bald head, back then. You know what I'm saying? I mean, right. That wasn't just because of Jordan. It was, Weber. It was Rose. The whole,
Don't forget my homie Jimmy King. Now, don't leave me.
Yeah, Jimmy King. He wasn't bald headed though. He had a fade.
Nah, he had a fade.
And Howard had a fade too. And then Ray Jackson, he did. But yeah, man. I mean, I think that it would be fire to see, like a collab with him. I like when he got into those Maestros. I love Maestros, and I wasn't a huge fan of the lacing system that he put in on those, but I was just happy to see those come back because it's been a while. The Maestro 1, actually, maybe he changed it to the Maestro 1 because the Maestro 1 I think was even better than the 2. Right. And I think that's the one that they should have went with.
Okay,
but
I like it.
Great question, baby.
We gonna hit one more question, or
sure.
All right, let's do this. Because actually, that was one of my questions. A collab that what would be a collab that you'd want to see? But how about this? We could. I'll give you guys a choice. Either we can talk about LeBron James as being an activist, or we can do the top shoe you want to come back that hasn't come out in a while.
Ooh, I have one on deck for that.
You want to go with that one?
I have.
Let's do it.
I have one to show.
Okay, so show us the top shoe that you want to come back that has not come out in a while.
So I need a fresh pair of these. These are the Nike Air Ups.
Yeah.
So it was funny because you were just talking about Maestros. I was like, I wonder if he's gonna allude to that. So the Air Ups, I got these with a 2014 pair. So this was the last shoe that I copped before I moved to Cali. And when I moved to Cali, it was long story short. I had a situation where I was supposed to, I had visited a couple times, but I was supposed to stay with some friends, and I was supposed to be able to stay with friends for 6 months till I got on my feet. And when I got here, it was like a different situation. It was like, yo, you got 2 months to get it together. So it was a tough little transition for me, and I wasn't able to cop any fresh kicks. It was a period of time I was sleeping in the car for a little while. So, like I didn't have like a fresh pair of kicks, but what's cool was I had these were the last pair I bought. So I made these like work. I pulled off so many day after day. I was pulling off fits with these. So I beat these into the ground. They're like talking now, separated. Yep. Y'all can see. So I need these to come back. These are 2014, the Air Ups. Penny rocked these back in the day. I know the Pennies are coming back. Social Status, shout out to them. But I need these to come back badly. Like this, if I could choose one shoe to come back, I'm getting these back now. I did my research in this shoe. There is actually a colorway of these back in the day that Pippen wore that has a red swoosh. 1994. Don't know where to find those. Don't know how they exist or where they're at. But that would be like the ultimate. If I could get those with the red swoosh, I absolutely love that.
There's a red and black pair that I think has Pip on it.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, I remember he used to wear those, and he used to wear the Swifts too. And the one that I really wish it would come out is the Air Flight. What was it? Air Flight Light. The Air Flight Light. They came out with, I think, the Air Flight Light ones this year, and they came out in Carolina colorway, black with like kind of a Charlotte Hornets colorway, and then they had a white and black and a white and red pair that came out. But I want them to come out with the other Air Flight Lights, the one with the holes in them. Those would be dope. Those would be dope. But I say that. Go ahead.
I like Maserati Leak's answer. The Flight 98 gloves. That would be dope to see those again for sure. But for me, I'm going to go with what most people have been asking for. I want the Cherry 12s back, man. That's a shoe that I had. That shoe, the OG version of that shoe. When the 12s dropped, man, I went crazy. I bought every color of the 12s. I bought them for me, for my little brother, for my kid. I think that might have been the first sneaker I bought for my kid, if I'm not mistaken, because I think that's around the time when she was born. But that shoe was like my favorite. And I'll never forget, one day I went to my parents' house and I came in and I took them off in the garage. And when I came in, I left, but I put on some other shoes. I left them in the garage because they were wet. And I forgot all about them. Came back about 3 months later, and I was like, man, let me go get my shoes. I forgot they was in the garage. Pops had cut the yard in them.
Oh.
They was green. They was green. And
Cherry
man,
12s, yes.
When I tell you I was hurt, and back then Jordan set, you can go back to the store and pick them up. But I never did. I always felt like, oh, I get them, and I never did. And now it's that shoe that I had in my collection that's everything else that I've lost, I've been able to get back. That's that one I could never get back. And it has memories since my pops is no longer here. And it's a shoe that he wore. And after that, I just told him, okay, you can cut the grass in them all the time. Yeah. And, so because of those memories, it's a shoe that I want back. So,
definitely. I think mine are about to start talking here. I'm going to get some soul separation.
The
shoe that I really want back is the Air Flight 1 in the Orlando colorway. That was Penny wore that. It was one of his first shoes. It was before, obviously before the Penny ones. But the Air Flight ones, man, I remember just the white. I don't really care. The black pair is the pair that Jordan wore when I think they played Orlando, and he said, hey, let me get some of those.
Right.
And those are I think the only non-Jordans that he wore.
Yeah.
In a game.
So
like those, I'd love to see those come back, and then come back in different colors, but definitely the Orlando colorway. I had those in high school. Love those.
What you got, Tony? What you pulled out?
I need these to come back.
Yeah.
The Kamikazes, this the Trailblazers colorway.
Yeah,
I need these to come back. I need these. I beat these up pretty good. These are, I want to say 2013, 2012, around that era. These are another shoe that I brought out here with me to the West Coast, and I had to wear them more than I wanted to. Yep. So I'm ready for these ones to come back. But again, like I said, Reebok, man, has always had a hold on me. But I'm glad that I've, been able to branch out of that and get into some other stuff. Really, the Jordan 4 is like my favorite aesthetically looking shoe, aesthetic. Yeah. I think that just looks the best. But that Reebok, the 90s, I'm not even like a huge Sean Kemp fan, but just the Reebok basketball of that era.
The Rain Man.
Yeah, man. So these I would love for these to come back. But first, give me those Air Ups. Give me the Air Ups first, and then when these come back, I'm a happy camper.
I've been looking for a Sean Kemp Cavs jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I might be able to get one made at least, because I saw one on eBay, but I'm like, there's no way that's real.
Right.
But I love to get a hold. I love those Cavs jerseys, the old school ones. I'm not a big fan with the maroon and gold or wine and gold, whatever you call it. But yeah, man, it just brings back memories. Any other shoes y'all want to come back?
That's I mean, pretty much everything that I've wanted to come back has been coming back, and you got the OG2s, which is another one that was on my top list. Those will be back soon, so I'm excited about those.
I'm ready for Kyrie's to start retroing. Actually, I would love for I fell in love with Kyrie's in the Kyrie 4 era.
Mm-hmm.
So I love Kyrie 4s. That the Cinnamon Toast Crunch one was big for me. Yep. The All-Star pair.
You gotta talk
N7s.
Right.
Yeah. So like that Kyrie, I like the Kyrie 2s and 4s. So I'm ready for those to.
What size you wear?
Size 10.
Oh, okay. Maul is a 10.5 because Maul probably got about 5 pair of each.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's got all the Kyrie.
I know basketball, and I know he's got that Jersey connection too. So shout out to Maul.
Yeah,
sure.
Yep, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, hopefully we can get him back soon here. But yeah, man. I mean, it's Kyrie's are definitely dope. I just wonder what they're gonna do. I hope that whatever he has going on with his contracts and everything like that, I hope that doesn't mess with his legacy. Like, I hope that he's able to continue growing. And maybe if it didn't work in Brooklyn, he finds a place somewhere that he's able to get back to where I feel he should be, because he's
gonna be out here in LA balling with Bron.
I hope so. He's a phenomenal basketball player, man. Yeah. And I hate to see like people use politics against him. So I think he's a smart guy. I think some of the stuff he says maybe kind of trolls, but even if he's not, I think that if you ask him to articulate it, he's able to do so, and that's a lot more than a lot of people can do. A lot of people have a canned response based on something they've heard online or through friends, and I just really like to hear somebody be able to say what they feel from within, and that's where it came from.
Absolutely. And the way that they talk about athletes, and I feel like he's one of those the victims to a lot of subtle nuanced racism. And where it's like it's not
LeBron too
blatant. Yeah, it's not blatant, but I feel like that does exist in the space where you're just trying to critique him on his craft, and it's like I don't think that these other opinions are necessarily warranted in this particular space. So I think Kyrie doesn't get his he doesn't get the bright side of the media as he should, So.
Right. I mean, do y'all want to talk about LeBron real quick? Or
yeah, we can.
Because I mean, I honestly think that it's important to touch on that, because I mean, LeBron, for whatever reason, people continue to hate LeBron for whatever he did with the decision. I mean, of course I hated it because at that point, I mean, I'm from outside Cleveland, but I mean, I grew up a Bulls fan. I didn't like Cleveland because I didn't like the way they played. I thought they played soft, but with him being coming from Ohio, allowed me to say, all right, I'm a root for these guys. I mean, and they didn't have anybody. It was just LeBron out there in Ogaskis. But I was upset, but what got me over it is the racism that I heard in Ohio, and the fact that you heard people saying stuff that they thought was cool to say just because they were hurt that he left, and that told a lot about who they were. And I'm like, yo, did you really hear what you just said? So at that point, I decided, you know what, I'm a root for the Heat. I'm a root for LeBron because he was my favorite. He's my favorite basketball player. I mean, him and Jordan 1A 1B. But like for people to come out there and talk about him like that, I was like, yo, that ain't cool, and I'm not riding with that. And now, you know, you got people say, you know, shut up and dribble, and you know, you shouldn't say anything about anything. And Jordan didn't talk about whatever. But I think that it's a totally different day. I think that the stuff that's happening to our people that's out there in front of you needs to be discussed. And it doesn't just need to get, because if you don't discuss it, it becomes callous, and it keeps happening over and over and over and over again. And I think that, you know, I'm thankful for, you know, people that to go out there and be civil rights activists still, because we're not where we need to be.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I'll always say LeBron is my favorite off-court player ever because of what he does outside of the game of basketball. You know, nobody, I mean, we know Jordan Jordan did things, but he didn't publicly do things. But LeBron speaks out publicly, which is needed, because we haven't really had that in sports since really Ali. You know what I'm saying? We haven't really had anybody this vocal who did so much since Ali. So LeBron has done things that other players haven't done, but also with that, it's made players like Kyrie and other, you know, current athletes step up and do more. And so I applaud that, you know, because they're looking at, this is the biggest athlete in the world. I mean, besides Ronaldo, this is the biggest athlete in the world. Right. If he can do it on his platform with all of the endorsements that he has, why can't I? I don't have those endorsements. I don't have that name that he has. So let me step up and try to do the same thing. And that's what I appreciate about what he does, you know. And I'm not gonna ever call him my GOAT, you know what I'm saying? But as far as outside of the game, he is the GOAT, period.
Sure.
You know.
And I think to add to that, one of the things that is a very, very important factor is the accumulation of wealth, right? Like LeBron, nowadays we have black billionaires. We didn't have that. That didn't exist in the 70s. That didn't exist, right? And just having somebody in that space of a black billionaire, regardless of whatever it is that he decides to speak on, it's going to have a different level of effect on society, on people who weren't tuned in before. And I feel like, as you know, it's not just LeBron, but it's LeBron is a big proponent of it. When you see wealth and you accumulate that much wealth, you create beyond you ascend to beyond just an athlete, right? You have a entity at that point, right? You have an entity which is, you know, culturally relevant. If LeBron decides to do a pop-up, business moves. Like that dollars and cents move, and that's important. And having that in this space, you know, it makes that activism so important, and it makes the reach for that activism go beyond where we could even imagine it going before. And it's beyond just basketball. It's like, no, this financial institution has an opinion about something. It's not just this black athlete. It's like this conglomerate, this business feels that this business wants to execute this. And from a business standpoint, they're going to get that done. And I feel like that did not exist in culture before. So having, you know, somebody of that stature in our pushing different a certain agenda and pushing different things that we as a community feel is so incredibly important. And I feel like that will be appreciated more once he's no longer an active athlete. Once he's no longer an active athlete, you're not going to have those rivalries. Like, there's people that I'm a huge Eagles fan. I always, you know, I have a friendly rivalry with all the Cowboys fans. And, you know, as soon as a player leaves Dallas, I'm cool. You know, Des Bryant, I hated on him for years, but he left Dallas. And now I can appreciate all that. I wasn't interested in the car wash and the community, the things he was doing for the kids before. I didn't care about that. He was Des Bryant. He was one of the ops. So I feel like, you know, there's going to be people who will be able to have a broader perspective and see things. Well, hey, you know, he used to give my team hell when they played, but now that he's retired from his, you know, athletics, we can appreciate him in all the different spaces that he is, as a business, as a mogul, as an entity. And I feel like that's incredibly important to where we're at in the culture and society today. So I think LeBron is definitely incredibly important, you know, as far as a role model, as far as, you know, just creating the precedent for other athletes and just having a mind of your own. LeBron, you know, he obviously moves within the realm of his business, but he also is conscious of the culture and the community as well. And I think that's so important. So
pure facts, man. I couldn't say that any better myself, man. I mean, like, I just hope that he gets his flowers before he's not with us anymore, man. I mean, I think that, with the passing of Kobe, I think it allowed people to hopefully realize quicker than, just waiting down the road, because tomorrow isn't promised, especially with some of the stuff that's going on in this world. You never know what's going to happen.
Right.
But I don't know what happened to Marcus. He disappeared.
That Travis raffle went live.
Oh, yeah. I know. I saw. Oh, here he goes. Let me add him back. You was trying to get to Travis? That what happened to you?
Oh man, my internet dropped out.
Oh man, you did net zero action. But yeah, man, we'll go ahead and we'll wind it down. Definitely, Tony, man, thank you for coming through. And you're welcome to come through whenever, man. Definitely like to have you back on. I will definitely be in attendance to your Twitch streams and keep an eye on your website and everything like that. Everybody, his IG, his Twitch, his website is all in the bio, as well as RLamar. So make sure you guys go ahead, sub up, follow. Even if you don't sub, follow, because that goes a long way. And I know in the Twitch community, I mean, that's the least you could do. I mean, help him out, help him keep going. But Tony, man, you got anything to say on the way out?
Oh man, I'm so appreciative of you guys having me. I'm blessed. Shout out to the Soul Agenda family. Shout out to the Kick Squad. Shout out to you guys, of course. Shout out to Channel Chilltown and all the other amazing content creators who are just doing amazing things in the space. Again, my goal is to highlight amazing culture, and I'm really excited to continue to do that. You guys can definitely check me out on Twitch. Make sure you check out turnpiketony.com. All of my content exists over there. That's like the one-stop shop. If you want to see, what we're talking about, what we got going on, go check out turnpiketony.com. Make sure you guys follow on all the socials as well. And I look forward to continue creating in this space, continue to build in with other creators, and finding ways to highlight the amazing things that are going on, because there's so many things that are existing in this space that are beautiful, and there's a lot of nonsense and a lot of negativity. And what I feel like I can do in this space is appreciate those amazing things and help navigate through some of that BS, and make it palatable for everybody, no matter what your niche is, whether you're a sneaker collector, whether you're a fan of music, a gamer, whatever your niche is. We want to just be welcoming and appreciate everybody. So I appreciate you guys for having me. Big salute to you guys, and y'all know where to find me, man.
Definitely, man. I mean, continue to pull new people into the culture, man. I'm excited for it to happen, and for the future for you, man. Then want to shout out people that shout us out. I'm not on the Monday Mid-So, so if you shout us out, make sure you tag Buckeye City Soul. But we got Kev KB Fresh Kicks always, in the chat. Dub Collector. Make sure y'all go check him out. He always got the new stuff. So yeah, make sure you go the new. But Marcus, man, go ahead and take us home, man.
All right, let me shout out all of the shows that we show love to, and they show love right back. First, DJ Soul Agenda, they're on every night. Usually, I think it's usually about 9:00 Central Time that they come on, but they're usually on. They have great, content, copping hats and kicks, and have people on like Tony, man, and that's how you discover and find, new people in the community, by jumping around and going to these different shows. And shout out to them for what they do and the great content they provide. Very, very positive space to be in. If you want straight positivity and just good people, go check them out. Tomorrow, I haven't seen them post.
Retro Talk is on.
The Retro Talk is on tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay, so you got Hop and BAA tomorrow on Retro Talk. Then Wednesday, I'm pretty sure I've seen Talking Kicks. They're going to be on, with Beard, Jedi, OG Sneakers, and Caddy. So make sure you check them out. The Trap is on at all times, so go check them out. Chilltown. And Chilltown, I know Chilltown has I think it's Outcast versus Tribe or something like that, conversation, which I got to be a part of, because Tribe is the GOATs. There's nobody better than Tribe.
Oh,
Period.
I'm more of an outcast.
No sir. There's no outcast if there's no Tribe, man.
See, I was wondering if y'all was gonna ask me my top 5 on here, so I like came prepared for that conversation. I was like, they might ask me my top 5. I might have to.
Well, spit it out, man.
Oh man, so I go Hov, Jay-Z number 1, Big number 2, Tribe number 3, Outkast number 4, Jadakiss number 5, special mention Lil Wayne.
Okay.
I like your list.
So I actually did that Tribe Outkast. I got Tribe 1 spot before Outkast. So
see, I like.
I'm gonna throw.
Don't hold it
Wu-Tang
against me. Don't hold it against me, y'all. Come. The music. We gonna play both of them. Don't worry. Don't.
There it is.
Don't worry.
I love that man's list. I love it. That's what's up. But just go subscribe to everybody. Turn on notifications on because you never know when we're gonna pop up, when any of those shows are gonna pop up. And man, my whole thing is, man, let's just have love and peace in the community. That's all I want. I used to be on that rah stuff at one point, and it gets you nowhere. Now I just want to embrace people. I want to meet people, show love, and just have a good time because we all share the same passion for something that a lot of people look at us in a negative light. So let's like Turnpike Tony said, man, just keep spreading this love and positivity. Let's just keep this going through all the platforms, all the channels, and everything. And with that being said, man, we'll be back next week with another dope guest. Much love to everybody.
Yep,
Peace.
See you then. Peace.